How are you guys doing today? Well, yesterday I was at the dentist. I don't know what she did. All I remember, she had the giant suction thing. I almost choked. I sat in a chair for about, I think, 10 or 20 minutes after I was talking to all the secretaries for a while. Pacific Dental Group, excellent place. Waterman and Hospitality, San Bernardino. I just don't know what she did. Probably ended up paying a copay about $200. I hope the credit they said on the book was correct. But let's get started. Secret number three on how to pay your car loan off in 36 months without giving up Starbucks or being cheap is to practice money cloning. Secret number 3 is money cloning. Let me give you a little history. Back when I was younger, in the 80s and 90s, cloning was a bad thing. The UN was passing resolutions. They didn't want, think a dolly or some cow or goat got cloned, and they were talking about how we don't want to create human clones, to create different clones, because they assumed that if we were going to create clones, because back then there was a organ donor issue or something, so they were worried about actually producing people for actual organs and stuff. So they passed all these laws. But now if you go out, like the Dolly the sheep may have been the first thing cloned, but ever since then, UN outlawed it, but there were still like a lot of countries that were doing it. And I think it was Sweden or one of those countries kept cloning, and they made the Dolly, I think it was a goat or something. But then ever since then, even though UN put it in the books, oh, well, we really don't want you to clone this stuff. Everyone is doing it, so don't be surprised if you're cloned. The reason I talk about money cloning is because unofficially in the U.S., when you make more money than the average person thinks you should make, they hate you. And especially now since Trump's been in office, like the Democrats, well, the rich do this, the rich do that. Who is paying for anything? The homeless are going to pay? The businesses, or you make too much money. Who's paying for you to be corrupt on my part? Of course, the businesses. But they've kind of spread this kind of like unofficial thing about, you don't need money's bad and money's evil. But have you drive around don't go to just the neighborhood. I want you to go to the most dangerous neighborhood in your area and just drive around. And you'll see, I saw a Mustang, I see BMWs, I see, I haven't seen a Porsche yet, but I've seen Maseratis, I've seen the Mustangs, Camaros, Land Rovers. I was at the laundromat down here where you do the laundromat and you got a DD discounts in the 99-cent store. I got someone in a Land Rover going to a low-cost clothing store, and I just think it's funny. People don't want to talk about money and think it's evil, but it's just okay to buy a luxury car, be middle class and stuff. So half the people aren't even middle class. And we're going to get to that in a couple of minutes. So let's just get started. Let me kind of help you to realize money cloning, in my definitions, you better go out as making much money cloning is like you taking your skills, going out and making as much money as you can. Earlier you saw me reaching down. Well, this is a $50 bill. This is what I was reaching for because do you know probably 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And a majority of those 70%, they can't handle $100, $200 emergency. So if I put this money in front of anyone, like a mom or dad or father or couple, hey, could you use $50? Oh, snatch it up. Money's not evil to them. So don't get caught up in when people say, oh, they may have a fancy car, they may have all this stuff, but they don't got no money. And if you want to find out how much money I have, I used to do Amway. Just ask them, hey, could you buy this product? Oh, I don't want to buy that. I don't want to buy that. So let me get started. Some of you are thinking, Martin, I have a business. I work at a company and we're doing fine. Well, let me give you a quick aside. I talked to my friend. She works, Eugenia. She works at FedEx or UPS or one of those stores. And she told me that they're not going to get any businesses because all the competition in the logistics industry and companies competing to be like Amazon and shipping stuff. So the company let them know that the physical year has not ended, which will end this month, has already told them, oh, you won't give me any bonuses. You know what that's called for? Be happy that you still have a job. Some of you with enough years and seniority should be fine, mission critical functions. But those of you who are like third shift, who got jobs for Christmas, don't need to be worried about getting a permanent truck loading job, or those guys who ride secondary in the UPS or FedEx trucks. You guys don't need to worry about this job because it's going to be gone soon. Now, here's what the number I want you to think about. And when you think about this number, I want you to drive around and just look at all the for lease signs you see for office buildings. I just want you to focus on office buildings today. 64% of businesses make money or lose money or break even. Let me repeat that again. 64% of businesses break even or lose money. That means basically 6 out of 10 businesses, like when you hear someone says, well, I work for Precision Door, or I work for AC Plumbing, or I work for Ferguson Plumbing, or I work for, I don't know, some other privately owned business. Do you know those businesses are only are making enough to keep their doors open? And do you know 95% of those 6%, only 6% of all small businesses even make $1 million. I almost made $1 million by myself this year, And that means business that are hiring people, have a building and stuff, majority of them aren't making $1 million. Why are you even in business? You're wasting money. So what that tells you is, if your company's breaking even or losing money, you're one lost client away from them cutting staff, laying off staff, or basically going out of business, depending on the size of the client. The reason you need to learn how to money clone is you need more money just in case something goes wrong. If you lose your job or get fired, you want to have enough money where you can eat, pay some of your bills to be a bridge. And you're thinking, oh, Martin, the government will take care of me. I can go get unemployment and stuff. Well, let me tell you, back in 2000, I got fired from my job. And then back in like 2001, again, I got fired from my job. So I tried to go to the unemployment office and say, okay, I can get money, because you get fired and you think it's easy. Well, you've started filling out the paperwork, and like a couple of weeks later, oh, you're not eligible, because we couldn't get in contact with the certain employer to verify that this is actually what happened. So we're going to deny your benefits. And then I remember, even when I got laid off, remember that first job I got laid off from in 1995? Well, you can only stay on unemployment, I believe, up to 26 weeks or 52 weeks. And then after that, you get cut. And even, especially after you hit like the second 6 months, they're watching everything. They're saying, you're going to get a job. You have the skills. So let's see what we can do to get you a job. I remember sitting down, till I say, well, eventually we're just going to cut you off. And you're thinking, oh, well, Martin, we're going to get Section 8 vouchers. Well, let me tell you, Section 8 vouchers, the only way you're going to get a Section 8 vouchers, you better you better be great at fraud, because you got to basically show you have no money at all. So I don't know how you're going to pull it. But once you get those vouchers, where are you going to stay? I remember I was trying to do a Section 8 person when I had a house in Yucca Valley in the Paradise Valley district. Comment. Remember, I want you guys to comment, like, and subscribe. We're going to get up to 1,000 subscribers, because we're going to rock 2020. But I remember like 1 month before the guy moved in, someone broke in, because the former tenant was pissed that I kicked him out. So they broke in, messed up the unit for the duplex and stuff. So I ended up having to get rid of the Section 8 client. So, but only thing is, but it was like the rent is so cheap. They were I think they were offering back then, it was like $500, $600, $800, because they do it per area. And it was barely enough to cover the rent. And then I could just imagine, you already know my story about Sister Flo and Ohini trying to get money. Can you imagine a 6'2" black guy trying to be a property manager, going up to a Section 8 house saying, hey, bro or sister or amigo, your rent's due. Or ni hao. I mean, I'm not being prejudiced. I'm just saying, just see what happens. Because I've seen these Section 8 people. My grandmother lived across from a Section 8 house. I don't care if they're white, Hispanic, Mexican. Let me just tell you, yellow, red, Majority of the time, everyone that moved out of those units, I can only count one or two times where it was just like peace. Everyone else moved in. It was always a party, always loud music, always the bumping car. So basically, when you got Section 8 voucher, your places where you're going to stay are limited. So if you want to carry a gun to get home, try to get on government support. And then what's going on now with all the rent control in California, maybe you ever get that. The other one I like to think about is like, oh, Martin, if I go to the hospital, I have insurance. Let me tell you, this year has been the hardest with my health. And what's even makes it worse now is the doctors. First, they want you to get a referral from another doctor. So you just don't get into a practice anymore. You almost have to have insurance, go to another doctor, get referred to the doctor before they will even consider you as a patient. I mean, that's how bad it's gotten. And you're thinking, oh, I can go to the emergency room. You try it. You see what kind of treatment you're going to get. They're going to do like the minimum amount of money unless like it's something like, I don't know, maybe you got shot or something, but they're going to get you out of there, man. So, and then like I remember, let me give you a story. Like I used to do like Delta Dental because I used to do a lot of dental surgery. Back in the day, like say 2000, 2001, you would have get Delta Dental insurance. Everything was paid for. I mean, they did the braces. You get 2 or 3 cleanings. You wouldn't have to worry about anything. Now, they give you 2 cleanings, but the way they do it, they only pay a percentage of the cleaning. Before, they used to just cover everything. Oh, no, we only cover $55 of it. So you get like $110, but we're only going to cover half of that. Usually, they would just take care of the whole thing. So even if you have insurance, are they going to cover your pharmacy? Or what kind of rules have changed? Like, for example, my grandmother, she worked for Sears for over 25 years, had all her health benefits taken care of. And what happened? Like I said, what did we talk about? 69% of businesses break money or lose money. Well, her company happened to be one of those big corporations who don't know how to sell and started doing really bizarre stuff with their stock. And their ultimate death knell that basically ended her health benefits is when Sears decided, we're going to take a risk and we're going to buy Kmart, one of our competitors. They bought Kmart. That worked. That was just a disaster. She lost all her health benefits. And I ended up, like, till she died, just giving her money, helping her pay for a house, taking her shopping and helping her like buy prescriptions because she didn't have any health insurance. And she was like in her late 60s and something. So who's going to insure you? So you don't know if your insurance is going to help you or not. And even if you have it, you make sure you have enough to pay for the insurance and all the other stuff. I think the last one I have money is evil. That's the one that just drives me nuts because that's the one since 2008, 2010. That's been the Great Depression. That's been the greatest lie that's been put on the American people. Money is evil, but why do these local governments cater to Amazon and any company that will create a $14 or $15 an hour job? I am in San Bernardino, California. There's like 4 or 5 warehouses. The biggest salary and most salary for most of those people, if they're like performing, $14, $15 an hour. Time 40, that's like, I don't know, you know how I do the math, but just to say that's $2,000 a month, say. After taxes, that drops you down to, say, $1,600. But of course, unfortunately, it's a lot of young people that get caught in like 2008, 2010 cycle when there weren't any jobs, so they're all going to the Amazon and the warehouses, and of course they're not smart to save money. So I see like Mercedes, BMWs, Maseratis, Land Rovers pulling into a warehouse job, which is great. I'm saying that. But if you're pulling into a warehouse job, living at home with your parents, trying to be cool, shame on you. What kind of people skills are you going to use? Money is evil, but people want to look cool with their cars. That's the only thing that's the only thing America's like. The only thing I've seen coming out of that Great Recession is people buying houses that are eventually going to go down in value, and people buying cars that are go down in value to make themselves look good to other people around them, because money is evil and people don't like have that initiative to go out and earn money. But like I told you before, health, your company may go out of business. The government surely is not going to take care of you. And just take a look at the homeless. Do you see Biden out there? Do you see Elizabeth Warren out there? You don't have nothing. They can't help them. So they're like in a Beverly Hills, Torrance, Newport Beach, Pacific Palisades. Because the only way to have to make money, the only way for them to get in the office is to find people who have money. Money is evil is just basically to keep people who are like just upset or don't have the initiative. Just give them something to brood over and like to get their vote. Then once they get in the office, what are those politicians going to do? They're going to do what the person with the money told them to do. Unless you're Obama. Pass Obamacare, and well, we'll talk about that later. One thing at a time. Let's not get sidetracked. I know you said, Martin, but Obama's a brother. Aren't you happy he was the first black president? Yeah, I had great pride when my grandmother got the vote for the first black president in her late 60s, and he actually won. But if you actually look at it, he really didn't do anything. I'm serious. I mean, you have more stuff done under Clinton, Bush than for brothers. Obama was basically useless. And as for the tabloids with him having an affairs and stuff, hey, it wouldn't surprise me. I probably would too if I was married to so-and-so, whoever she is. But like I said, let's not digress. But remember, secret number 3 is money cloning. And remember, the government's not going to take care of you. If 69% of businesses are break even or losing money, that can mean you could be cut or your salary cut or you fired from one lost customer. So think about that every time you have an opportunity to make some extra money. You say, oh, my company will cover me. The government will cover me. What did I tell you? It's even if you get laid off, you got to have excellent paperwork to get that unemployment insurance. Section 8 is not guaranteed because where are you going to stay? Is there anything available? Is there a list? The government's going to take care of you just to give you an unemployment check. They're going to ride you, even if you got fired legitimately. I got fired, and I had my 2 final checks bounced twice. Nothing ever happened. Money is evil. That's a myth, too. Money is evil only to the degree that you don't have confidence in yourself to go out and make it, or you're too lazy partying. And I don't want to. That's not what I'm focusing on, but. Just think, and I told you about the insurance thing. Just my grandmother, 25 years, lost her insurance. Delta Dental, don't pay for anything, basically. I don't know. I should go, they should just have me buy the company and just do my own, or just get rid of my insurance and let me do my own thing. And even if you do go to a doctor, they're going to make sure you have insurance. They're not going to take you unless you're referred for the doctor. They're going to make you fill out an application form. And then they're going to make you pay. They're going to check. They're going to make you pay your copay, collect your money. Then you can go get the treatment. So let me know. Comment and subscribe. I know we went a little bit long, but this is my expertise is money and making money. And money is not evil. That's just a myth by the Democrats to just fool you because they don't know how to create jobs anymore. Other than $14 and $15 at warehouse. And remember what I told my friend who works at one of these big logistics place. They're not going to get any bonuses. And we also talked about it. Amazon is in the process of getting rid of all their logistics. So in time, they're not going to have any type of trucks. There'll be no shipping. They'll be going through a third party. So all of you guys working at Amazon think you're going to work your way up to the top. Get ready to go work for the competition because your job at Amazon is on life support. Subscribe and comment. Let me know if you like what I hear. And then we're going to get down to the secrets. Money cloning. Learn it.